Alright, this video will go over the coding back number 4 question called double X. And we're doing a method that returns true or false, so it returns a Boolean, and given a string, and we want to say in that string, if the first instance of X is immediately followed by another X, then we return true. Alright, and if it's not, return false. And I'm assuming like if there isn't an X at all, then you return false. I'm assuming that. Right? Because we want to see if the first instance of X is immediately followed by another X or not. Okay, so to kind of break this one down a little bit, I took a couple examples, and I think what makes the most sense to me is I would make an IDX variable, an int, I guess, that does the index of. So we could take this string and call index of, sorry for the poor handwriting there, index of X. So we'll see if we can find basically X in the string. Remember what index of does is it returns the index of the first occurrence, right? Which is really what we need. So like on this one, it's going to return 1, right? And then we don't want to check that letter. We already know it's an X because, we were searching for X. So we want to then check the next letter to see if that is an X or not, right? So basically, if we hit 1, then we want to do a substring from 2 to 3. So in this case, IDX would be 1, but our substring would be from IDX plus 1. So that would be, in this case, 2 to IDX plus 2, which in this case would be 3. So that's going to go from 2 to 3 and get this next letter, right, and see if that is an X. Right, so that's probably the most confusing part is this substring of IDX plus 1 to IDX plus 2. So I'm going to look at another example because this one has X in the first spot again. But let's say we had A, B, C, X, M, N or something, right? So in this case, if we called our index of it, we would return 3. So IDX would be 3. And then we would want to check a substring call of 4 to 5, right? Because that would get us the M, the next letter. So that would be, again, 1 more than 3. So this would be like 3 plus 1, and this one would be 3 plus 2, right? So it's IDX plus 1 and IDX plus 2 to get the next letter from our position of IDX. All right, so hopefully that made some sense, right? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to first see if X is in there. So I'm going to do an int called IDX, and I'm going to call str. That's my input string variable, string. I'm going to call index of, and we'll look for X in the string. Okay, and I'm going to say if it doesn't find it, we're just going to return false. So if there is no X, so basically that'll happen if we don't find it, index of returns -1. So if we don't find an X, I'm just going to return false. Okay, and then if we do find an X, we want to check the next letter. So if we do find X, get the next letter. So string next letter. I could type this right. And here's where I'm going to call str, my string coming in again. I'm going to do index of X plus 1 and index of X plus 2. Sorry. So 1 more than index IDX and 2 more than IDX. That'll get the single letter that comes next. And basically, if that's an X, that equals X, then I want to return true, else return false. All right, so if there's no X, we return false. If there is an X, find the next letter and see if that is X, and return true or false based on that. Line 11. Oh, I forgot to close my if there. More errors. Line 10. Oh, yeah, because I'm not calling index of here. I want to call substring. Oh, man, Mr. Westphal. Let's see if I can get this right. Oh, man. I'm so close, but I got an index out of bounds on line 10. So Oh, I see. So this case, X was at the end, and then I was checking the next letter, but there is no next letter. So, okay, so if the IDX is -1, or we're at the very end, we find X at the very end of the sentence, then the next letter can't be X. So in this example, we found X at the end, so it's going to be false because there is no next letter. So I don't even want to get the next letter if my IDX is equal to the length -1. So if IDX is -1 or IDX equals str.length -1, basically meaning it's in the last position. If either one of those are true, then we're going to default to false. All right. Oh my god. What has happened? Measure Westphal is completely out of it. Oh, this needs to be double equals. So if it is equal -1 or equal string length -1. See if like the 9th time is the charm here. Okay. Seems like we got it. So obviously that one's pretty tricky, but it's kind of nice there. CodingBot was highlighting my mistake, so I could just fix it pretty easy. And it is good to look at these text cases and which ones fail. That usually helps me figure out what's wrong. All right, that is all. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.